Hello, my name's Ed. This video is going to be a little bit different than the ones I normally do. I just wanted to talk about something that's kind of been on my mind for the last several days. DC Comics has recently announced that they're in the planning stages of a project that's hopefully going to come out sometime next year called Wonder Woman Earth One, and it's supposed to be well, right now it looks like it's going to be written by Grant Morrison. The art's probably going to be by Yannick Paquette. At least that's what they've kind of let out there, and I'm kind of looking forward to it. We've had Superman Earth One, we've had Batman Earth Ones. Okay, so now we get Wonder Woman Earth One. Um, Going back, back when they did All Star Superman and All Star Batman, they were supposed to do an All Star Wonder Woman that was supposed to be written and drawn by Adam Hughes. Adam Hughes is a great cover artist. He's done multiple covers for Wonder Woman, multiple covers for um, Catwoman. He's done lots of commercial art and things like that. Done lots of Star Wars art, so on and so forth. But I guess what happened was Adam at some point got hurt and he couldn't draw for a long time. And I guess the project got pushed back and pushed back and pushed back. And then when he was finally, back up to speed, he had taken these other assignments and he just didn't have time to work on the Wonder Woman project anymore. And I guess it eventually got canceled. Um, so yeah, that's that. But now with the Earth One project, like I said, it's supposed to be written by Grant Morrison, and it's not that much of a surprise because, like in the last few years, Grant has kind of dropped hints here and there about how he'd like to, try to take on the character, try to wrap his head around some of the concepts connected to Wonder Woman and whatnot. Just seeing it as a challenge. I guess what he says with his story that he's going to be working on, he really like to kind of explore some of the subliminal, I guess, sexuality that's there or supposedly there in those old golden age stories from back in the 40s. And really what he's kind of hinting at is the whole sort of thing of the sexy Wonder Woman in bondage and Wonder Woman getting tied up and two-bit thugs being able to overpower Wonder Woman by getting her hands tied behind her back and stuff like that. Um, a lot of that comes from the whole idea that William Marston, the guy who created Wonder Woman, in his personal home life, he led a very, let's say, unconventional lifestyle, okay? And a lot of people, upon knowing that, kind of read into the whole, Wonder Woman getting tied up on the cover or whatever. They kind of read a little kinkiness into it, Maybe that's there, maybe it isn't there, You got to kind of remember back in the 40s, characters getting tied up in adventure fiction was just the norm. Sure, Wonder Woman got tied up a lot, but Lois Lane got tied up, Robin got tied up, Bucky got tied up. You go to a cowboy movie, people are getting tied up. You go back to the 30s serials, women are getting tied up to railroad tracks and stuff like that. Like I said, I can't say that it's absolutely not there, but it's one of those things. Once you know about William Marston, then it's hard not to think about. But on the other hand, just to um, paraphrase Sigmund Freud, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. You know what I mean? Another thing I read that Grant Morrison said is that he had been reading a lot of kind of like books and things on feminist theory and whatnot. So I think, I think he's kind of trying to balance it out, with the various ideas and concepts and metaphorical this and symbolism that. I kind of get the feeling he's not going to he'll try to put all those different ideas in there, and hopefully he's not going to go too far to the left with it. He won't go too far to the right with it. And I'm kind of interested in what he's going to come up with. Yannick Paquette, he's an artist I like. I'm not gaga over the guy, but he's a very decent, solid artist in my mind. Now one interesting thing is I had listened to a comic book podcast called Three Chicks on Comics or whatever, and they had a long interview with Greg Rucka. Greg Rucka right now is writing Punisher for Marvel, but a few years back he had done a run on Wonder Woman that I don't think was really a top seller, but it did get a lot of positive reaction from a lot of the fans that were reading it. And he's like, yeah, he thought he was going to be the writer on the Wonder Woman Earth 1 project until Dan DiDio came up to him one day and said, yeah, you know, you're not going to be writing this project anymore. Somebody else is going to do it. And, of course, that somebody else turned out to be Grant Morrison. But he kind of hints at some of the things that he was going to do was try to tackle the whole ideal of how, you know, a lot of people, a lot of fans are like, oh yeah, Wonder Woman, you know, that character's unrelatable and so on and so forth, or the character's too perfect and whatnot. And, you know, he really wanted to tackle that. He was going to start at the beginning and really address, you know, why Diana wanted to take on the whole mission to go out there into the man's world and whatnot in the first place. And he really was going to focus on the fact that, you know, Diana's a young woman and she's been on this island all her life and she just wants to get off, you know. She wants to, you know, see what else is out there. She wants to explore the rest of the world. And Greg's saying, like, you know, this is like a starting point that, you know, any number of people can sort of relate to, you know. And in a way, I'm kind of sorry that, you know, Greg didn't get a chance to do his version, you know. What I would have hoped, even though I know DC is not going to do it, you know, why not put out both versions? You know, put out Grant's version, you know, that'll be the Earth 1 project, and then let Greg maybe do a mini-series or do another novel and call it, you know, Wonder Woman Year 1 or Wonder Woman Odyssey or Wonder Woman Journey or whatever, you know. Maybe tie that one a little bit closer to the New 52 in some sort of way, you know what I mean? And you know, why not put both versions out there? You know, you think of it. There's multiple Superman origins. Superman's secret identity. Well, that's a little bit different, but Superman Birthright, Man of Steel, the Jeff Johns Gary Frank thing. You know, there's multiple Batman origins out there. Why not have multiple Wonder Woman origins out there? You know what I mean? Especially considering that, you know, the most recent news is supposedly. There's another Wonder Woman TV show being optioned for the CW, you know. And, you know, there's, of course, the ongoing rumors that, well, they've greenlit the Wonder Woman movie again, you know. And we'll see if either of those projects ever comes to fruition. But if they do, you know, why not have a couple different versions out there for, you know, the different people who want to enjoy them. And so that's what I kind of wanted to put out there. I mean, I don't know, are you like me? Maybe you want to see, you know, like I said, I would love to see both of them, you know. But maybe you're like, hey, you know what? Greg Rucka is a nice guy who does nice stories, but hey, he ain't a top seller. That's why he's not on a project. Or maybe you feel like, hey, Grant Morrison's okay, but he's way overrated, and I don't want to read another one of his acid fantasies or whatever. So that's it. You know, please let me know what you think. Thanks, and everybody have a great day.